What's up, movie lovers? Back with another one. And this is the Monday Deluxe Edition video because I've got a lot to go over. I've got a lot. I've watched quite a few movies and I got quite a few movies in the mail. I got some on Saturday and then a bunch today here on Monday. But let's just start off with talking about UFC Freedom 250. You're like, dude, you're going to talk about UFC now? I'm just saying, I'm sure everybody's heard of it by now, but it was amazing. What an amazing event. I haven't watched the UFC in quite a while, probably like 10 years. I just been into other things. I was hardcore into MMA though, years and years ago before I moved out here to Colorado, when I lived in Kansas City. I probably got 500-600 MMA DVDs. I pretty much got all the UFCs up to a certain point there. I'm not sure what number I stopped collecting. Pretty much when the women started fighting, I was like, yeah, I'm done with this. Dude, I have no interest in watching women fight. I can't understand the appeal of that at all. I think it's pretty lame. They don't hit hard. Their skills are weak. It's like, who cares? It's like, and I can't stand when they put all these women on the card. It just bogs it down, makes it so boring. So I pretty much got out of it. But back in the day when I used to live in Kansas City, I was an MMA referee and an MMA judge. I was like deep into it. I loved it. It's just I had to get out of the sport. And this is going to sound like I'm an asshole, but the sport is full of meatheads. It's full of dumb people. I hate to say that, but when you go out to Podunk, some little town in the middle of Missouri, to go do a show out there, they're not smart people. they're not smart. And the people that are involved within the sport aren't that smart either. I'm talking about the other referees, other judges. But yeah, I got out of the sport for a while, but I was into it pretty deeply. But to make a long story short, I haven't watched the UFC in like 10 years, probably a good 10 years. So I got off work early last night, got home in time. I'm glad that the event was postponed due to the rain, because I got back just in time to see the heavyweight fight between Derek Lewis and Josh Hokum. I keep up on the sport. I know who wins and loses. I don't sit there and watch the events. So I really wanted to see, from that fight on, the last four fights I was pretty interested in seeing. And I really just wanted to see the setting, of the octagon and the claw and it being, on the front lawn of the White House. I wanted to see what that was like. So it was amazing. Wow. What a show. What an amazing event. And yeah, I pretty much loved all the fights that I got to see, all finishes. Dude, the Justin Gaethje fight at the end, unbelievable. That's like something out of a movie. The way he was all hurt in round two and just managed to get through it, and then he just busted that guy. I couldn't stand that pretty boy. A little pretty boy from Spain showed up, had already done his celebration dinner the night before, like he thought he won. I'm like, dude, your world is going to come crashing down one of these days. Someone's going to beat your ass. And it was Justin Gaethje. Huge underdog. Nobody thought he could win. People are talking about that other guy was like the top pound for pound fighter because he finished these three guys in a row. It's like, wow, dude, you won 3 fights in a row. Whoop-de-doo. I realized he was like 17-0. So he won more than 3 fights in a row. But they were just talking about these 3 fights he won. Oh, he knocked out Holloway. He knocked out Oliveira. Oh my God, he's the best thing since sliced bread. It's like, have you forgot about John Jones? The guy's undefeated too. Anyways, I was so happy to see Gaethje come back and just beat that kid's ass. Oh God, it was great. The American winning at the UFC Freedom 250 event on the front lawn of the White House. Man, you couldn't let the Spanish guy win that. Come on. The American guy's got to win. So it was a great event. And that just gets me into the movie reviews here. But I felt like watching Here Comes the Boom this morning. I was like, man, I'm in the fighting mood. I'm in the UFC mood. Let's watch Here Comes the Boom. That movie is so good. I realize it's, not critically acclaimed. It probably got terrible, reviews from the critics and stuff like that. And it's probably not viewed as the best movie. But I like it. I enjoy it. I like the characters in there. I like Kevin James. Boss Rutan is good. You got Henry Winkler. But it's so unrealistic. It's unbelievably unrealistic. Like, you don't get to the UFC by trying to lose. That's like getting into Major League Baseball by planning on striking out every time you're at bat. Like, it just doesn't. You have to win. You have to be exceptionally good. You have to work your way up through the lower ranks. You don't just, you don't just get there by having a bunch of fights. Not to mention, within one school year, he goes from not knowing anything about MMA to being in the UFC. That's completely impossible. Completely impossible. Some of the stuff going on, in the fights was not realistic. I mean, when he walks into that first event that he's fighting at, like, you can see the guy in the background, he's like holding the cage, kneeing a guy or kicking him, or I think he's kneeing him as he's down. Like, you can't hold the cage like that, for one. Anyways, it was not realistic. Krzysztof Szymanski playing that, Ken Dietrich, the guy that he fights at the end. Man, I think they picked him because he looks scary. He looks scary as hell with the tattoos and just the bald head. He looks like a psycho. But that's an actual real life MMA UFC fighter named Krzysztof Szymanski. I remember seeing him back in the day. But yeah, I love it. I mean, even the reference that Joe Rogan makes during the fight, he talks about the Fry Takayama fight. He's like, oh, this is just like the Fry Takayama fight. And if you guys know anything about MMA, then you know about the Fry Takayama fight that happened back in Pride, where it's just Don Fry and this big Japanese guy just basically grab each other's head and they're just punching each other in the face until one guy gives up. I mean, it's the most insane fight you've ever seen. No skill at all. Just who's the tougher guy. Just punching each other in the face. Bam, 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 like 50 times. It's a crazy fight. And it changed that Takayama guy, I guess. I guess he was never the same after that fight. Don Fry won, of course. Go America. But yeah, they ended up being like super close friends after that. I mean, like really close friends. But yeah, that's an iconic MMA fight. So it was cool to see them referencing that in the movie. Not to mention it's a fight that happened outside the UFC in Pride. Yeah, I've got all the Pride DVDs. I've got a ton of UFC. I used to tape or actually record off the TV, whenever they'd have a live event, like on HDNet. If they had some kind of, Strike Force show or Bellator show, I'd always record it, make my own DVDs. So yeah, I used to be big into MMA, and I'm not gonna lie, this UFC 250 fight, the Freedom 250, this got me kind of hooked back on MMA. And it's awesome if you have Paramount Plus, because they show all of the UFC events. No more trying to, steal the pay-per-views or anything like that. They just show everything on Paramount Plus. So if you have Paramount Plus, you get all the good fights. You get to see everything. So I might have to watch a little more of it. It was good. But yeah, I did enjoy Here Comes the Boom. And it's so funny too, because at the beginning, when he eats that applesauce and he wins the fight and he pukes on the guy, that's actually Jason Mayhem Miller, the guy with the green hair and the little shamrock on the back of his pants. That's Jason Mayhem Miller. He's a real fighter too. I used to love him. He kind of went nuts. I think he did a little stint in prison because he just he went nuts. But yeah, when Kevin James throws up on him, like, I actually saw that the first night that I was a judge. I was at this little dive bar called Whiskey Tango's in Kansas City. I think it's more like close to Lee Summit or Independence. Kind of way out in the sticks. But yeah, it was a place called Whiskey Tango's. And I'm sitting there being a judge. And this kid won. And as he's standing there, like getting his arm raised, he just like starts puking. Just all this orange liquid just pouring out of his mouth. Splashes onto the mat. And it just, I mean, I got hit with part of it. It looked like little pieces of carrots or something come hit me. I'm like, oh my God, just got puked on. So stuff like that does happen. Crazy stuff happens, especially in those amateur fights. And here's another thing that's not accurate. You don't get paid for those. Those kids fighting in those fights, they don't get paid. You're just there because you want to be there, which is mind-blowing to me. You're going to risk bodily injury just for the heck of it because you want to be a fighter. I mean, that's crazy. And some of these meathead referees that I used to work with were some of the dumbest people of all. We'd have our pre-fight meeting where the referee talks to all the fighters, gather up all the fighters, and we tell them like what the expectations are going to be and stuff we're looking for, commands to listen for. If I say stop, you guys stop. Just stuff like that. And I mean, I remember hearing other referees being like, you better tap out. If you're in a bad position, you better tap out, because if you don't tap out, I'm going to let you get knocked out. I'm going to let you get knocked out if you don't tap out. It's like, what are you do? You're there to protect these people, not let them get knocked out because of some ego thing. Like, some of the dumbest people ever are involved with that sport. Like I said, I hate to say it. I hate to sound judgmental, but you have some real life idiots that are just around that sport, coaches, trainers, judges, referees, you name it. But anyways, UFC Freedom 250, unbelievable. Wow. What an amazing event. Just incredible to watch. I'm so glad I got home in time to see the last fights. That Justin Gaethje thing is going to go down in history as one of the most epic fights and one of the most epic events ever. Unbelievable. It's going to be impossible to top that. God, that was such a great fight, man. He crushed that kid. He smashed that kid's. That dude's probably still in the hospital as I record this right now. Supposedly his cheekbone is broken, his orbital bone is broken. They're talking about maybe his jaw was broken. Yeah, he got effed up big time. But let's move on. Let's talk about some of these other movies that I got here. I did watch Kong Skull Island. I don't really have a lot to say about that. It was cool. Like, there were some awesome visuals. Like when Kong is standing up with the sun behind him. That was badass looking. And when he took out all those helicopters, swatting those, like, yeah, get them, Kong. They don't come to your island and start blowing shit up without consequences. Get them. So I was rooting for Kong. It was a little goofy, though. I mean, some of the CGI, it's exactly what I thought it was going to be. I didn't think that the bad monster things that he was fighting, what did John C. Reilly call them? Skull crushers or something like that? He's like, well, I thought it sounded cool in my head. He's like, I've never actually said it out loud before. But those creatures weren't the best. I didn't think they were all that impressive looking. Whoever designed them probably should have tried again. But yeah, Kong is a badass. The movie was okay. Nothing spectacular, but it wasn't terrible. I'd give it kind of a middle of the road rating. Not bad. John C. Reilly, man, he saved the movie. Honestly, he was the best part of that. Samuel L. Jackson plays an asshole once again. I mean, he's great at that. He's great at playing asshole characters. I'm telling you. But yeah, not too bad of a movie. I didn't hate it. Like I said, I'm not in love with it, but I didn't hate it. It was just kind of middle of the road. I did watch Night and Day with Tom Cruise and Cameron Diaz. Again, it's kind of middle of the road. It wasn't quite as good as I remember it being when I saw it originally when it first came out. Yeah, it was all right. It was good. I mean, Tom Cruise is always good. Cameron Diaz was meh. I'd say she was average at best in that movie. Not that great. Watched The Hangover. Hilarious. Zach Galifianakis, he is so funny, man. The shit that comes out of his mouth is just... Uh-oh, I think my cat wants out. One sec. But yeah, that basket right there, that's for the cats. That's not just because I like having baskets on display. That's where my cat hangs out. One of my cats. But anyways, yeah, Zach Galifianakis in that movie, dude, it's not a purse, it's a satchel. And they throw it down, the guy stomps on, hey, there's Skittles in there. Like, just shit like that had me cracking up. He's like, how do you know tigers like pepper? He's like, tigers love pepper. They can't stand cinnamon. So yeah, I mean, everybody knows The Hangover. It's a classic. It's a modern classic, I would say. I got Hangover 2. I need to watch that next. And then here soon, when I can find it for cheap, I'm gonna have to get Hangover 3. It's like $5 with the shipping and everything, so that's just a little too pricey. I'm gonna wait till it comes around for like 2 or 3, and then I'm gonna pick it up. And I'm gonna give this trigger warning right now. But I'm gonna talk about Friday the 13th, the remake, the killer cut. I actually watched that as well. And just like I said, trigger warning, if you're a snowflake, turn the video off right now because I'm probably going to say something that offends you. But yeah, I thought I'd give that movie another chance because originally, when it first came out, I did not like it. I thought it was pretty lame. Very, very average, probably below average. But I thought, let's give it another chance. I'm in the mood for a horror. Let's watch it. And let's start off with the good stuff first. Jason looked like an absolute beast in that movie. Probably one of the best versions of Jason ever. I mean, dude, his neck is like this fat. It's like, who did you get to play Jason? Kurt Angle? from way back in the day when his neck was like 30 inches around. I mean, the mask is like this big and his neck is like this wide. Like, he just looks like a bat. Like, you don't want to F with that guy. If you saw him, you would just be scared. You'd be like, oh God, don't kill me. Crazy looking psycho. But yeah, he looked cool. I like the version of Jason. It's just the kills were so lackluster. He would just show up behind somebody. I think I counted like 5 or 6 times. He'd just show up behind somebody and just, you know, kill him. There was not a lot of cat and mouse going on where the people would like see him and like try and get away and there'd be a little bit of drama before he actually killed him. No, he'd just show up behind somebody and kill him. So, not bad. The characters were so stupid too. Like, here's the part that's going to trigger people. And this might be because my fatigue right now is kind of at an all-time high, especially considering last week's current events of what was going on. You probably know. But yeah, my fatigue is a little, it's about 11 out of 10 right now. We're at about an 11 out of 10. And so, you know, of course, in the group of people, you always have to have the one black guy. There's always the one black friend there, because they got to put those in every movie. The one black guy, and then he's got like 5 white friends. And who writes this garbage in these movies? It's so fucking old. I'm so tired of hearing the same stupid shit in every movie. But the first thing out of the black guy's mouth is when they pull up to get gas, and the guy driving, it's his car, taking him out to his house. He's like, hey man, you mind pumping the gas? Oh, what, shit, you gonna ask the black man to pump the gas? That ain't a good look, man. You're gonna ask the only black guy here to pump the gas. It's like, dude, shut the fuck up with the we were victims crap. God damn, dude, you're getting a free ride. Get out and pump the gas for the dude. That's all you gotta do. He's not asking you to pay for it. Just fucking pump it, you lazy fucking bitch. So that pissed me off. And then what's the next thing he says? The pretty white girl's like, oh, what have you been up to? He's like, shit, I just started a label, a music label. And she's like, oh, is it rap? Oh, what? Shit, because I'm the black guy? It's gotta be rap? Oh, because I'm the black guy. You think it's gotta be rap music, huh? Starts getting all offended, fake offended. And she's like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. You're right. What kind of music is it? He's like, shit, you're right. It's rap music. It's like, dude, fuck you, man. It's like, no wonder why a certain community of people acts a certain way when they see themselves portrayed in the most ignorant way in every movie and TV show ever. It's like, when you see yourself like that, you're probably going to act like that. Anyway, yeah, like, just shut the fuck up with the, I was offended. I was offended by everything. God damn, it's so obnoxious. Okay, I've got that out of my system. Sorry, that might have been a little rough to hear. It's just, it was building up, and that's all I could think about when I was watching the movie. I was like, please kill this fucking idiot. Will you? Please kill him. And I loved it too, because Jason did kill him eventually. Threw the axe through the air. That was one of the best kills too. Dude's running away. He throws the axe through the air. It's like, bam, just hits the dude in the back. He's out there crying. And Jason just lets him suffer for a while because he's trying to draw the kids out of the house so we can kill them too. So yeah, he did suffer, and I was glad to see it. And here's another thing that just drives me crazy about these movies, and it happened in this one too, in Friday the 13th, is because these kids, the beginning group of kids, are out there to find all this marijuana that's been grown in a field. That's the whole reason why they're out there. They're going to find this marijuana field, steal all the marijuana, and then go sell it for all this money and become rich. However, this one guy finds it later. He's like one of the locals there. And he's like, hey man, you want to buy some weed? I got all this weed and stuff. And at one point it shows him cutting a big old bud off a fresh plant. He hadn't trimmed it. It still got all the leaves sticking out. Just for people that don't know, when you grow weed, because I used to do it, I did it for like 10 years. I grew my own weed. You have to cut it. Then you have to dry it out. Then you have to sit there and trim it, which is a pain in the ass. And then you have to cure it. The whole process takes like a month to do. You don't just cut it off the stem and then just start smoking it. You're gonna get the worst headache ever. It's all wet. It's not gonna even burn. But it's so stupid. The guy cuts it right off the plant and then weighs it like that. Like that's what he's gonna sell. It's like, dude, do you not realize when you dry that up, it's gonna be like a third of the weight of what it is wet. It's going to shrink up and it's going to dry up and it's going to get a lot lighter. Not to mention you have to sit there and trim off all the leaves. It sucks. But enough of the movie reviews. This video is already getting long. I need to go through my new Blu-ray pickups. Like I said, I've got a bunch here because I've got some from Saturday and some from today. But real quick, right here, I ordered a bundle 5-pack from this person. 5 movies all at once because I got a much better deal. I think I saved like $5 doing it that way. But let's just go through them. First one right here, Apollo 18. Not the best movie and not something that you necessarily need to get on Blu-ray. Because it's one of those found footage type movies. It's like, oh, we found the footage and we pieced the movie together off the footage. So it's all like shaky camcorder-y looking, grainy looking video. This is not filmed in high def whatsoever. It's barely even in widescreen. And yeah, this movie's just not that great. I actually watched it this morning and it's super duper short too. This thing is like 87 minutes. Yeah, it's only 87 minutes long, not even an hour and a half. It's not that long of a movie, but it's okay. It's okay. I'd say it's an average watch. It's not terrible. It's about Apollo 18 that went up there and found aliens on the moon. So it's just kind of a claustrophobic feeling type movie, kind of a thriller, suspenseful. Yeah, it's all right. It's all right. Not that great. I thought for a few bucks, yeah, let's go ahead and throw it in the bundle. Let's get that. Here's another one. This is a blind purchase. 12 Strong. I don't know, military movie. Looked kind of cool. It's got Chris Hemsworth in it. He's not bad. And I looked up the reviews for this to see if it was like terrible or not. And people were like, oh, it's all right. You know, it's decent. So I thought for a few bucks, let's grab it. Here's one that I already had, but I wanted to get it again because you guys may remember, but like a month ago, I had gotten the other 2 Star Trek movies from the new remakes or whatever. And both of those had the slipcover. So I was like, if I ever see the first one for cheap with the slipcover, I'll probably pick it up. Even though I already own just a single Blu-ray disc of this. This is like the 3-disc deluxe edition. Plus it had the slipcover. It was only a few dollars, so I thought I'd go ahead and pick it up. Yep. Now my trilogy is complete, and all 3 of them have the slipcover. Next on the list here, Olympus Has Fallen. Not to be confused with White House Down. Kind of similar movies, came out relatively close to each other. But this got good reviews as well. And I don't know if I've seen this one or if I saw White House Down. I've seen one of those two, but I get them confused. Either way, this looks cool. It's got good people in it. Gerard Butler, Morgan Freeman. Yeah. Yeah. Like I said, for a few bucks, I thought I'd go ahead and pick it up. Next on the list, another copy of The Gray. Because as you might remember, a week or 2 ago, I got The Gray in the mail and the disc was all torn up. Like, not really the disc, but the whole back had a big hole in it right here. This insert was like half hanging out. It just wasn't in good condition. Plus it was missing the DVD. So I went ahead and I got another copy of it. This is perfect. We've got the DVD and the Blu-ray and the digital. And this case right here is mint condition. Perfect. So I'm going to have to find something to do with that other copy. But like I said, that was not making me happy to have an incomplete set with a torn up cover. Wasn't cool. So yeah, all 5 of those movies right there I got from one person in a bundle. Moving on, Oblivion, another Morgan Freeman movie. And this has Tom Cruise in it as well. I love science fiction, futuristic type movies. So looking forward to watching that again. I think I've seen this before. I'm like 99% sure I've seen this before. But yeah, cool. Looking forward to watching that again. I'm not expecting, you know, the best movie ever, but I'm thinking it's going to be entertaining. All right, moving on to the movies I got in today's mail. And right off the bat here, I got 4 movies from one person. Another bundled set. Actually, I think the person was selling all these together. Like when you're buying movies off Vinted, you can, you know, if you find one movie that you like, you can then go and bundle other movies that seller is offering. And sometimes they'll give you a deal. Other times, people are selling movies in a lot. They're like, you know, these 4 movies in a lot for $6 or whatever. So yeah, this person was selling these all together. I couldn't break this up. They were selling all 4 of these for one price. So what do we got here? Starting off with Ted, unrated. And all of these that I got from this guy, they're all Blu-ray DVD combos. I've already cleaned the discs, excellent condition, slip covers for all. But yeah, Ted, unrated. This is pretty good. Like I said, I love the comedies. So I'll always pick up some comedies. And then next in the bundle here was Ted 2. This also has the slipcover, the Blu-ray, and the DVD. And also included in the bundle here was Sherlock Holmes. Probably not something I would have bought if it was by itself. But for how cheap the little set of movies was, I felt like this was almost thrown in for free. I was like, dude, you can't go wrong. I mean, I've seen this before. It's not terrible. Like I said, it's just not something I probably would have bought. But if it's in the bundle, I'll take it. Not to mention, it's got the slipcover. This also has the Blu-ray and the DVD included. Yeah, and all these are in excellent condition too. And then here's the one I'm probably the most excited for out of this little lot of 4 movies. Man of Steel. You're like, but dude, you said you don't buy superhero movies. That's true. You know, normally I don't buy. When it comes to like Thor, the Avengers, the Marvels, especially Spider-Man, dude, I cannot stand some of these Spider-Man movies. But that's the stuff I'm talking about. I don't like that. But like early on X-Men, like, you know, those are good. And I remember seeing this when it came out, and I thought it was pretty dang good. I mean, Kevin Costner, I love his role in this as the father or whatever. Great. The scene where he gets killed, that's sad. Where that tornado takes him. But yeah, I haven't seen this in a long time. I thought it would be a cool one to get on Blu-ray. And like I said, it was part of that 4 movie lot. So I went ahead and I just got it. And again, slipcover, Blu-ray, DVD, and this has a bonus disc as well. This is a 3-disc set. So, awesome, yeah. Okay, moving on. Demolition Man, Stallone, Snipes, Murder, Death, Kill. Yeah, Taco Bell won the fast food wars. Anyways, this is a classic movie. Can't go wrong with Demolition Man. It's a good one. Yep, looking forward to watching that again. Have not seen that in a long time. And then I got this for really cheap. Really cheap. I've never seen it before. But The Rock in Skyscraper. Total blind purchase. Don't know anything about this other than it kind of looked cool on the cover. And it has The Rock in it. So, this could be a total miss. Hopefully it's a hit, but it might be a miss. But yeah, another great deal. This is totally unopened too. For how cheap this was, being unopened. It's got the Blu-ray and the DVD included with the slipcover. Great condition. I thought, what the heck? Let's grab it. Okay, here's another bundle that I bought. This is a 2-movie bundle. First one here. Old School Gremlins. 25th Anniversary Edition. Yeah, we all know about Gremlins. Classic from the 80s. I just bought this recently on DVD. But you know what? I think I'm kissing DVDs goodbye. I'm moving to Blu-ray. So if I want to watch something, I'm going to have to get it on Blu-ray. And it was cheap. It was only a couple bucks. So I got it. Great condition. Everything is looking good. And also in that 2-movie bundle, Dumb and Dumber 2. I have not seen this since it came out. I remember I rented it after I had my knee surgery as something to watch as I was sitting there not able to do anything, and it really sucked. And I don't remember this movie being that great. Honestly, I don't remember this being that great at all. But it was really cheap. I wanted to complete my Dumb and Dumber set, so I went ahead and I got it. Yeah, not bad. This also has the Blu-ray, DVD, and slipcover. So, lots of slipcovers today. Lots of DVD, Blu-ray combos. And then last on the list, because this video is getting really long, is The Crow. Brandon Lee. Classic movie. Classic movie. I remember when this was at the theater, my cousin actually worked at a movie theater, and he got me in for free. And as I was sitting there watching this, he brought me just like this shoe box full of nachos. Like, he made it special. He brought it in this big giant box. I was like, oh my God, this is awesome. So cool. Thank you for all these nachos, because you know how much I love nachos. But yeah, The Crow. I mean, this is a good movie. This is a great movie. And I remember in high school, there was this kid that was just infatuated. He was obsessed with the Crow character. He was in my art class, and in every piece of art that he did, he had to incorporate the Crow. At some point in his picture, he had to put the Crow in there. And then on the last day of school, he dressed up like the Crow. He did his face, he painted his face and came with it. He looked like a complete psychopath. And they told him to go home. They're like, you can't show up to school looking like that. We're going to kick you out for the day. And then, like, because it's the last day of school, it's like we're not going to be doing anything productive. And in one of those hours, we were all outside doing something outside, playing basketball or something. And we're kind of near the creek behind the school. And he was just sitting down there by the creek. Like, he had nowhere else to go when he got kicked out of school. So he was just sitting down there by the water by himself, looking like the fucking Crow. Like, dude, you look like a complete weirdo right now. You don't understand we're all making fun of you up here? You psycho. But yeah, The Crow, Brandon Lee. It's a shame that Brandon Lee died so early on. I think he would have been a star. You know, that's Bruce Lee's son. He would have been a star. But anyways, guys, that's all I've got for this video. Sorry it was so long. Had a lot to talk about. But I hope you enjoyed it. And until the next one, y'all, peace.